Welcome to the Black American Hebrew Unity discussion. And I'm your host, Black Sheep. So, brothers and sisters, come on in. I got a clip I want to share with you, brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? I made some comments about black folk in my last video, and and I began to think that I was crazy. Yeah, but I began to, get on my phone and, um, I subscribe to different, a lot of different people's channel, and so when they post a video, I get their video. So during the time that I was just about to fall apart, thinking that I was alone in the way that I was thinking, not knowing that it's a whole bunch of us out there, and I'm gonna bring a sister to the show. I'm gonna share some of her content, but it's from somebody else's channel just for having her own they channel. I'm still gonna promote and support they channel too. So, all right, brothers and sisters, come on in, everybody, so you can win. And I'm talking about my enemies and my friends. You know what I mean? Cause ain't none of this go ease up, and ain't none of this go let up until all of us is able to, meet that impact together. When one person study beating on another, then that's game over. The game been over. You see what I'm saying? So why is the one that's down and out study getting beat down if he's already down and out? You know, you know what I mean? If you go Mike Tyson videos and see when Mike Tyson was, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, and doing what need to be done. When Mike Tyson opponent fell down, I don't think Mike Tyson continued to beat that person down to the ground, even though that he was already down and out. You see what I'm talking about? So economically, we been knocked down. Tulsa, Elaine, we been knocked down. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? Been. All right? So, thought I was going crazy. So I want to share with you, if I'm crazy, then hey, meet somebody that's thinking just like me. So if I'm crazy, is this sister crazy? I don't let's see, brothers and sisters. And this is on things, talking of the people making comments. So I've been seeing in commentary. Um, Interestingly enough, the ones I've noticed of the people, I've been seeing a lot of things talking of the people making commentary, um, making the commentary. The ones I've noticed that I've been seeing a lot of things talking of the people making commentary. I've been seeing a lot of things talking of the people making and a lot of things talk. And the reason why you hear me keep doing it over, because I'm trying to have it come in the beginning of the video where it's showing who's recording this sister, because she's on somebody's show, and I'm trying to get him that recognition they deserve also, because they the ones who got her on they show spreading this message. So I'm trying to get that brother name. All right, you brothers and sisters ready? All right. Okay. So now, so now, this is David Jones. David Jones Media Production. David Jones Media Production. Let's go, brothers and sisters. Let's eat.
So I've been seeing a lot of things talking of the people making commentary. Um, Interestingly enough, the ones I've noticed that have been making the commentary are wealthy black people making a commentary about we should not be um, rioting, we should not be looting, we should not be tearing up our own communities. And then there's been an argument of the other side of we should be hitting them in the pocket. We should be focusing on the blackout days where we don't spend money. Um, but, you know, I feel like we should do both. And I feel like I support both. And I'll tell you why I support both. I support both because there, when you have a civil unrest like this, there are three types of people in the streets. There are the protesters, there are the rioters, and there are the looters. The protesters are there because they actually care about what is happening in the community. They want to raise their voices, and they are there strictly to protest. You have the rioters who are angry, who are anarchists, who really just want to shit up, and that's what they're going to do regardless. And then you have the looters. And the looters almost exclusively are just there to do that, to loot. Now, people are like, well, what did you gain? Well, what did you get from looting? I think that as long as we're focusing on the what, we're not focusing on the why. And that's my issue with that. As long as we're focusing on what they're doing, we're not focusing on why they're doing. And some people are like, well, those aren't people who are legitimately angry about what's happening. Those are people who just want to get stuff. Okay, well then let's go with that. Let's say that's what it is. Let's ask ourselves why in this country in 2020, the financial gap between poor blacks and the rest of the world is at such a distance that people feel like their only hope and only opportunity to get some of the things that we flaunt and flash in front of them all the time is to walk through a broken glass window and get it. That they are so hopeless that getting that necklace, getting that TV, getting that change, getting that bed, getting that phone, whatever it is that they're going to get, is that in that moment when the riots happen and if they present an opportunity of looting, that's their only opportunity to get it. We need to be questioning that why. Why are people that poor? Why are people that broke? Why are people that food insecure, that clothing insecure, that they feel like their only shot, that they are shooting their shot by walking through a broken glass window to get what they need. And then people want to talk about, well, there's plenty of people who pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and got it on their own. Why can't they do that? Let me explain to you something about economics in America. And I'm so glad that as a child, I got an opportunity to spend time at Push where they taught me this, is that we must never forget that economics was the reason that black people were brought to this country. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Do you understand that? That's what we came to do. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Now, if I right now decided that I wanted to play Monopoly with you, and for 400 rounds of playing Monopoly, I didn't allow you to have any money, I didn't allow you to have anything on the board, I didn't allow for you to have anything. And then we played another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything that you gained and you earned while you were playing that round of Monopoly was taken from you. That was Tulsa, that was Rosewood. Those are places where we built Black economic wealth, where we were self-sufficient, where we owned our stores, where we owned our property, and they burned them to the ground. So that's 450 years. So for 400 rounds of Monopoly, you don't get to play at all. Not only do you not get to play, you have to play on the behalf of the person that you're playing against. You have to play and make money and earn wealth for them, and then you have to turn it over to them. So then for 50 years, you finally get a little bit and you're allowed to play. And every time that they don't like the way that you're playing, or that you're catching up, or that you're doing something to be self-sufficient, they burn your game. They burn your cards. They burn your Monopoly money. And then finally at the release and the onset of that, they allow you to play and they say, okay, now you catch up. Now at this point, the only way you're going to catch up in the game is if the person shares the wealth, correct? But what if every time you share the wealth, then there's psychological warfare against you to say, oh, you're an equal opportunity hire. So if I played 400 rounds of Monopoly with you and I had to play and give you every dime that I made, and then for 50 years, every time that I played, if you didn't like what I did, you got to burn it like they did in Tulsa and like they did in Rosewood.
And Elaine,
how can you win? How can you win? You can't win. The game is fixed. So when they say, why do you burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything. We don't own anything. Trevor Noah said it so beautifully last night. There's a social contract that we all have, that if you steal or if I steal, then the person who is the authority comes in and they fix the situation. But the person who fixes the situation is killing us. So the social contract is broken. And if the social contract is broken, why the do I give a shit about burning the Football Hall of Fame, about burning a Target? You broke the contract when you killed us in the streets and didn't give up. You broke the contract when for 400 years we played your game and built your wealth. You broke the contract when we built our wealth again on our own bootstraps in Tulsa, and you dropped bombs on us. When we built it in Rosewood, and you came in and you slaughtered us. You broke the contract, so your Target, your Hall of Fame. As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this bitch to the ground. And it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what Black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
I feel like it's my birthday. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because look here, man, you know, to go through your life, you know, going through things, you know what I'm saying? You know, they consider people like me crazy when I speak upon these things. You see what I'm saying? You know, HR 40, oh man, you crazy. Huh? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I just wanted to share that piece of information with you, brothers and sisters, and that's what I'm doing on the show is promoting Black American consciousness, Black American awakening. And this show right here is anti-World War III and anti-war. Cause we don't got nothing to go to war with. Joe Biden sending all the supplies over to Ukraine, weapons, medical supplies. So how's black folk go stand up to go to war to do anything for theyself when we ain't got nothing to stand against this beast? Huh? But who we are as black folk. Only thing we fighting, only thing we got against this beast is the fact that we over here. And we gotta came from over here some types of ways. Right or wrong. Okay, that's the only thing we got on this beast. Is it stepped on every nationality over here and imparted to them that excuse me, okay? But black folk is the only ones that's stepping on it. We ain't heard that excuse me. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Nothing. We ain't heard nothing. Only thing we keep hearing is what we going through. You see? Yeah. And it's echoing. It's echoing as you see. Because we still playing baseball, basketball, right? Oprah Winfrey still got her show on, right? Huh? Hip hop is still, hip hop is still up under the false narrative of how Hebrew expressions is still up under the false narrative as a hip hop, right? Okay. Yeah. And then what else? Our music magicians, huh? Look at all our actors, huh? You see, yeah. And then Mitch McConnell say he don't like we don't know who to give it to, but look at the movie Django. Look at the movie Django. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? Look at the movie Django. Look at Samuel Jackson. Ain't that a black American? Huh? Don't throw no stones. Huh? Look at Jamie Foxx. Ain't that a black American? Wow. It's time for us to get into this economical game. Because the only thing that these white folk doing up there in that White House is running their mouth and letting off their sirens about a World War III. And black folk, like I say, we ain't got nothing down here to defend ourselves. And we ain't got nowhere out here in the United States, man, to escape such of a nuclear exchange. Simple. Black folk was never given a chance when they led us up out of slavery into the Emancipation Proclamation order. Wasn't even released with what was supposed to be released to us. And then the Jim Crow laws, everybody familiar with all this. Now, now if it's some white skepticals in the White House, like Mitch McConnell, Gerald Nadler, and Mike Johnson, and Sylvia Garcia, and all them, if there's some skepticals in there, like those type of people there, somebody catch that thought for me, please. Catch that thought for me, please. Because like I said, I'm not the only one talking like I'm talking, man. Simple shit. Sheila Jackson Lee is now carrying on for HR 40, something that the Congress member, black man, uh, um, um, John Conyers and Ron Daniels. And you can catch the professor Ron Daniels on his channel. And yeah, man, like I said, oh yeah, here it go. And there's another clip I could show you, brothers and sisters, while we still got a little time too. So I share this clip with you, brothers and sisters, too. This is a Tamika Mallory. So let's see how the sister talking too. Cause I told you when I'm talking like this, they say I'm crazy, right? So I just wanted to bring some more crazy people in. So just cause I thought I was the only one, right? Okay. Cause it seemed like you brothers and sisters scared to subscribe to this channel. When it's in its 21st century, we finna get some independence about this here. Know that there. And I'm talking right where you are, because it's a bank, it's a posting, it's a posting system, United States posting system, okay, yeah. And what else we got in your city? Yeah, so it's a way they go find you to get you what you need to do what needs to be done as a black American descendant of a slave that was brought over here against their will. And who descendants is still going through what we going through up on these channels, trying to wake each other up, combine with each other, because we still need to reach out to each other and combine with each other still. Because we ain't just waiting, we not just waiting on HR 40 to be accepted, because it's a process still. What we go do in the meantime and in between time, when we can't even go in the bank, huh? Well, like the sisters say, without going through some broken glass to get it. Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson is what we need. The people that came over from in here, they call us Black Americans, African Americans. Yeah, Dr. Dr. Claude Anderson, get that book, read it, and let's start building right where the hell you are. Right, like Marcus Garvey said, right where you are, and start building. And when enough of us outlets as awakening Black American Hebrews is awakening in the United States of America, then we can start reaching out to each other, to each other's establishment to help each other. But right now, we're on subsidies, food stamps, and disabled benefits. They cutting this off. They cutting all this. They getting ready, and they want to governmentally, right? Welfare. But they know they cut people off of welfare, a person will do crime. This is, don't forget, we're humans up against this franchise rule system where the black folk wasn't given an economical equal, like Joe Biden say, excuse me, equal economical opportunity. And that's why I'm opening up this show, supporting brothers and sisters that's already up and spreading their information around where we all can some way, somehow figure this out with Black Americans. And me personally, I'm pushing on this show the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. I done said so much positive things about our brothers and sisters. I need to hear some positive things coming from them regarding the regarding the Black Caucus. And us as the Black Caucus, hey, let's hold up these brothers and sisters to their job and what they proclaiming to be doing for us. But HR 40 for these for the white races for the white races Congress members up there like Mitch McConnell and his death doomsday crew, and the way they talking about black folk when you got black folk all in America, in Hollywood, in the Navy, in the Army, in the police departments. And us down here in hell, but you don't know who to give it to. Those are annihilation statements. So sister, you keep going. We on the way. If as soon as we on the way. And like Marcus Garvey said, sister, get a LLC, get a nonprofit organization started right now, sister, right now. And everybody that gets this channel and you wanna be a part of this change that black folk is going through, that black folk is coming to adherence to make changes for themselves, for the future, then subscribe to this channel. And I'm talking about my Crip Bloods, okay? My brothers and sisters in the Bay Area trying to get that money. It's beyond money now, pimp. We talking about land. The shit that we used to fight for, when we was youngsters coming up over turf and all that shit, and when it wasn't even ours. Our mother moved in the neighborhoods, we, claiming turfs and all that. Come on. Nah. It's time to get deeds for properties that's been owed to us. The right amount of recognition on loans that was supposed to been given to us when our ancestors was released during the Emancipation Proclamation, released from slavery. And we 22 years into the 21st century, and Mitch McConnell saying they don't know who to give reparations to, even if they was. See that Wizard of Oz statement. Oh, if we was to give reparations to anybody, we wouldn't know who to give it to. Reparations, we don't believe it'll be a good idea. It wouldn't be a good idea for who? When you got black folk on the side of liquor stores, gas stations, and grocery stores asking and begging for 50 cents to piece together a couple dollars to get a hamburger or two. So you know who to give it to. You watch these movies in Hollywood like Django. Huh? Like the secret lives of bees. Watch that movie, The Secret Lives of Bees. Huh? Ain't them sisters that playing in there? Ain't them black Americans? Ain't Jamie Foxx a black American? Ain't E40 black American? Snoop Doggy Dogg. Ain't Snoop Dancing Corrupt, Too Short, all them? Ain't all y'all black Americans? Support HR 40, man. Support HR 40. Ain't all the actors where we can't say nothing about Danny Glover, because Danny Glover been up in there. been up in there along with Tanashi Coates and Cory Booker and Sheila Jackson Lee and a whole bunch of other brothers and sisters up in there fighting for us. And we should be supporting them. So I'm going to let you brothers hear Tamika Mallory.
Heard some folks up there saying, no justice, no justice, no justice, no justice. And if we don't get no justice, there ain't gonna be no damn peace. That's the bottom line. Let me just start off by saying to you that Black people are in a state of an emergency. We are in a state of emergency. Black folks in America. And those who support us need to understand the depth of the state of emergency. And it didn't just start today, but it is at a critical point. We are at a point when folks, grandmothers, all the way down to little babies are tired. People realize that this attack that we're under, I heard someone saying on TV today that it feels like every Black person in America is being hunted. That's how we feel. And so that state of emergency is causing all types of things. But out of the White House, last night we heard the President of the United States say that when the looting starts, the shooting starts, which we know is a reference to another racist time in the history of America where police abused our people. That same president, he is the same man that in 2018, at one of his speeches, Donald Trump said that he is a nationalist. And this is important for people to understand what we're dealing with here, so that you know when we say a state of emergency, what we mean. He said he is a nationalist, and if you understand the history of white nationalism in America, to have the president say that, we were in a state of emergency at that moment. He also went on at another press conference or another event to say to police officers, don't be so nice when you arrest them. Y'all got to remember the history of the man who is in the White House. He said, don't be so nice to them. Hit him in the head when you put him in the car. These were his words as the President of the United States. This is not an isolated situation. These instances are not isolated. What is happening in America is that white nationalism ideology is running wild. And the reason why buildings are burning is because this city, this state would prefer preserving that white nationalism and that white supremacist mindset over arresting, charging, and helping to convict 4 officers who killed a Black man. That is the reality of what we're dealing with. This is not just a few cops doing things across the country. This is not a good cop versus bad cop situation. This is Ahmaud Arbery being shot down by white men on the streets of Georgia. Breonna Taylor being killed in her home. This is in New York City, where we were until freedom. We were just in New York fighting the police officers who, in the name of social distancing, were damn near killing Black young people on our streets. This is a coordinated activity happening across this nation. And so we are in a state of emergency. Black people are dying in a state of emergency. We cannot look at this as an isolated incident. The reason why buildings are burning are not just for our brother George Floyd. They're burning down because people here in Minnesota are saying to people in New York, to people in California, to people in Memphis, to people all across this nation, enough is enough. And we are not responsible for the mental illness that has been inflicted upon our people by the American government, institutions, and those people who are in positions of power. I don't give a damn if they burn down Target. Because Target should be on the streets with us, calling for the justice that our people deserve. Where was AutoZone at the time when Philando Castile was shot in a car, which is what they actually represent? Where were they? So if you are not coming to the people's defense, then don't challenge us when young people and other people who are frustrated and instigated by the people you pay. You are paying instigators to be among our people out there throwing rocks, breaking windows, and burning down buildings. And so young people are responding to that. They are enraged, and there's an easy way to stop it. Arrest the cops. Charge the cops. Charge all the cops. Not just some of them, not just here in Minneapolis. Charge them in every city across America where our people are being murdered. Charge them everywhere. That's the bottom line. Charge the cops. Do your job. Do what you say this country is supposed to be about, the land of the free for all. It has not been free for black people, and we are tired. Don't talk to us about looting. Y'all are the looters. America has looted black people. America looted the Native Americans when they first came here. So looting is what you do. We learned it from you. We learned violence from you. We learned violence from you. The violence was what we learned from you. So if you want us to do better, then damn it, you do better.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on with you, buddy?
You back by the window, or?
Yeah.
Hey, you sold me 2 blunts for $6.
Where's that?
I got the $6.
Yeah.
I got it. Hold on. I gotta go to the store.
There you go.
Oh, you already got them all.
And just keep the 10, bro.
Huh?
Keep the 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Just you could just hold on to that.
All right.
Yeah. One of my homeboys. All right, brothers and sisters. So I'm talking. This message is for Negroes from New York all the way to the Bay. You feel me? And it's for Black American edification, but worldwide recognition for our white brothers and sisters and our brown brothers and sisters that ain't with that bullshit. And if you brothers and sisters want to help us, then like Malcolm X said, help us. But you cannot join us. This is something we have to do as black folk and come from the darkness, from the pit, on our own, with the help. If the help will be there, then yeah, there it is. Because everybody in their mama have, even Jesus, when he was carrying that big ass cross, even the Son of God who created the heavens and this dirt right here, even he needed help. So for all you racist, you white racist people, okay, on our white particle side, you Scottish, you like Scottish churn. You need to quit that there. I thought God said that black folk was like Scottish churn. You understand? Yeah, like the sister said, okay? When it's time to get up on the board, of course you gonna need some help from the very one you've been helping ever since your bloodline came over here, helping build things up. You see what I'm saying? And like the sister, the most important thing the sister said, man, was they really, I ain't gonna say, she said they should be lucky, but I'm saying they should see it. They should see something in the fact that we not coming for revenge. Black folk, all this, all this riling up, all that. No, man. You did a people wrong. You brought these little people, these black folk, you brought these people over here against their motherfucking will, you nasty beast. Okay? They didn't build everything in this motherfucking country from your White House to your Pentagon. And I don't give a fuck if the Pentagon wasn't built by black folks. Still and all, you had that covenant to do it. You had that time span up under the mercies of the white privileges to do it. But what about all the other things that our people done built up over here and ain't getting recognized for? And we seeing to recognize, when we get recognized as our history connects us to who and how we cat up over here, then you can teach, then our history as Black Americans history will be in schools from kindergarten all the way up to universities. Y'all, okay, I'm talking to the woke ones. Cause this right here, man, this passes away. Know that there. We got work to do. Black Americans. Start where you are. Oh, get an LLC, get a nonprofit organization. Let's get this started so the money can start moving around. Once this beast realize that there's some intelligence waking up inside of the black community for the black community to be a part of the economical community, then they may want to start helping then they may want to push HR 40 on. Let's bring HR 40 in. We see that the black Americans, they started the banking system for themselves. Oh, the black Americans, they started this for themselves. They started that for themselves. Oh, bring in HR 40. Bring in Sheila Jackson Lee, please. We need to talk to her immediately. So that's what we doing, sister, is we, it got to happen down here on this rock right here. It has to, because that's what Jesus said. He told Judas, the main one that was worrying about one thing, and Jesus sitting here telling him it's all about that there, but it's more about this right here that will bring this right here about. You see, Judas worrying about that money bag, wasn't he, y'all? Yeah. And I'm sitting there talking about deeds to land. Do you understand? And that's what Jesus is saying. You will always have the poor. As long as we're in this country and not being recognized as descendants of these people that came up over here against their will, and now we are their descendants, from them, Black American, African American, yeah. So everybody with their YouTube channel, their blogs, okay, because if we was together, then the NAACP would be able to have the funds to get through to us down here in hell. And you say, well, in hell, what that's considered? First of all, consider not having that placard or letter of recognition on my wall. okay, of of my, how my DNA got up over here. Simple as plain, man. And then HR 40 was the push on how, what, not only this right here that took place, but how the Jim Crow laws is still affecting black folk today. That's why you're seeing it so much behind it, because HR 40, John Conyers didn't set up there and did that there, man. Yeah, yeah. So when you look at that man, just know, yeah, he didn't sat there and really showed the world the human brain. John Conyers. So don't think these old men be in their house jacking off. They be in there reading. They be in there reading on that computer, reading. And HR 40 is to show you the power of reading. HR 40, because it's a study. HR 40 is a study, just in case reparations may not never fall through. But at least it'll get studied, you nasty beast, of what you did to us. Will be studied, and then once it be accepted and released, yeah, then that's gonna be in from kindergarten all the way to where universities, huh? Yeah, yes, brothers and sisters, because a lot of our ones that they don't tell you about that was way more mathematical, way more than Albert Einstein will ever wished and dreamed to become, will be coming up to surface to be recognized. Right now, as long as HR 40 and us as being descendants of slaves is being suppressed, then think about all the pillars of ours that's still going to be unrisen. See what I'm saying? See? Yeah. See, they want to control every motherfucking thing in the United States, not knowing. It's somebody far more intelligent than the bullshit. Simple. Than the bullshit. We ain't talking about intelligence here. We talking about barbarianism here. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Just like the sister told you, man, that's all that it ever been about. Just like the sister Tamika said. She said we learned all these murderism, all these evil, wicked, ways, from these people here that our people got brought up under, and where we are now in hell up under. So you got us all out there killing each other. This is where we get our genocide from, because they pushed a false narrative behind Crips, Bloods. It's like one of my homeboys said. You can, a lot of brothers could say, tell us, who the original Crip is, but can't nobody, tell me who the original Blood is. Who first started the Crips? You see? So we lacking, that was just the purpose to say we lacking information, because we not in communication with each other. And when we come into communication with each other, we thinking we know more than each other. And when we don't, we know just what each other know, which it would be good to hear from a different person. Now, I got a lot of brothers and sisters I want to bring to the show who woke, and who want to start helping connecting these dots so we all could get a piece. The Bible say not one shall be left without, not one. So I'm going to put myself as that last. Remember that. And you remember I said that. Because if I don't see 144,000 of mine get recognized from going through hell, and who are the original people of Deuteronomy 28, okay. And like Jesus told Judas, you will always have the poor. So focus and zero in on the homeless, brothers and sisters. And let's start a nonprofit organization and include something that me personally, I start a nonprofit organization, then I'm just go call it, you know what I'm saying, what I call the show. And you can support, and then as you see, it's gonna be the show. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody got their channel. This go be a channel where everybody can get involved. You can even you find me and you ain't trying to assassinate me, then hey, okay, there it is. Then you got access to the show. But long as you talking about Black Americans waking up to some type of independent structure, like it speaks of in Dr. John Claude Anderson's Powernomics, and that book is on the way, brothers. So I'm trying to get it down here in hell because it has a start here. Jesus came down here and took the keys from the devil. Know that there. Like Joe Biden say, get like Joe Biden say, no one will be able to make it if they don't have a economical, equal economical opportunity. Same thing. Economical opportunities, the same thing as an equal opportunity. And black folk, like the sister explained to you, black folk ain't never been able to get on the board. Because every time we get on the board and go on and do our own thing, in which this show is pushing for us to do our own thing, it always get batted down. Like some of the brothers got at me, trying to bat me down. You can go on these videos and go down and see how I'm being condemned, the show being condemned. Talking about I'm spreading misinformation, I'm misinforming people. So that's what this show is doing, bringing people to the show and the information that I find on about the narrative. I'm bringing that to the show. And everybody else that's out there watching my videos, a couple brothers and sisters, you know, that's watching my videos already subscribe to the channel. I'm a bring to this show an interview, and they gonna be able to really let you know, nah, he ain't crazy. It's just that we all not listening. So let me play a song, brothers and sisters, while I got y'all attention. And this is for my narrative, Black American Hebrews. Whatever which one that makes it up and surface first. But I got to carry mine because this is who we are. All right, brothers and sisters. And this is just, you know, the show I'm pushing, man, is, you know, our spiritual man is calling out Abba. We're material people. I mean, we're spiritual people having a material experience. You know what I mean? The only way we can come into the adherence of this is by, you know, consulting the counselor, and that's our Father. So, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, I can lead you to the waters, but I can't make you drink. So all I'm asking for God not to forget about his people, man.
Ahaya, this is your servant, your son, from the tribe of Judah. I'm asking you to not forget about Israel, the 12 tribes. I know our people can be stubborn sometimes, but forget.
Okay, brothers and sisters. So we talking about the 12 tribes. You say, well, what 12 tribes, right? So for you brothers and sisters that's wondering what's the 12 tribes of Israel, is Judah, Levi, Benjamin, Ephraim, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Naphtali, Gad, Simeon, Manasseh. So find out what tribe you from. Black Americans, we from the tribe of Judah. So, all right, please enjoy the song, brothers and sisters, and just asking our Father, you know, not to forget about us.
Give us what we know not. You said in your word that Israel will forever be your chosen. That's what you said. You said in your word that you will let Israel be above every nation. Oh, this is my prayer. This is my prayer. Israel to be saved. Oh, this is my prayer. This is my prayer for Israel to make a change. Oh, Father, Israel. This is my prayer. This is my prayer to the Father. Don't forget about Israel. This is my prayer. This is my prayer to the Father. Don't forget about Israel. This is my prayer. This is my prayer to the Father. Don't forget what we've done wrong. This is my prayer. This is my prayer to the Father. You said in your word that you, Father, would never forsake us. You said you would never forsake us. And you said in your word that one day you would come back and gather us. Oh, this is my prayer. This is my prayer. Yeah. For Israel to be saved. Oh, this is my prayer. This is my prayer for Israel to make a change. Oh, Father, this is my prayer. This is my prayer to the Father. Don't forget about Israel. This is my prayer to the Father. This is my prayer. This is my prayer. This is my prayer to the Father. Don't forget about Israel. This is my prayer. This is my prayer to the Father. Let all Israel can make it through this wrath that's coming. Can make it through this wrath that's coming. Oh, wake up, Israel. The kingdom is at hand. We got some more people to save. Oh, Father, don't leave us here. I'm crying out to you. This is my prayer. This is my prayer. I know our people can be saved. You said that. And you said that you would gather all of your people. We waiting for him.